Winter is finally here.
We check out CTE with Auto Shop.
And we explore Stream with Fisheries Tech.
Also on the show, basketball has begun. We take a look at one last bio.
And we take a look at some ideas on how to spend your winter break right here on JDTV News. Welcome to our last show of the semester.
Yes, winter break is finally here.
I'm so ready to be done with this semester.
Me too, but first we have this packed show to get through.
Yes, let's start this party off with a dance. We've decided to check back on that story to find out what happened. The Snowball is a semi-formal winter dance. Through the dance, Student Council managed to raise tons of money and were able to secure the dance, despite not having the dance in several years. Despite some controversy, many still loved dancing with their dates.
This month we take a look at some of the career and technical education that CTE classes offered at JDHS. Mr. Squires teaches 2 CTE classes on the same theme.
At JDHS, there are 16 CTE classes, and of those classes is a small engines and autos class. We took a closer look into that class, and here's what we found.
I've always been interested in hands-on activities. As a kid, I always worked on mini bikes and motorcycles, so when I decided to go to college, I actually found out they had a degree in shop teacher, so that's what got me excited to become a shop teacher.
These trophies were earned by the automotive class, which was funded by Ford Motor Company to go compete in Anchorage. All automotive classes will allow you to get elective credits for high school graduation. The Auto 2 class can also allow you to get credits for college.
Well, we have the automotive class where we work on all the different systems of the car, from just looking at the battery and the starting system to the suspension and drivetrain, etc. And then in the more advanced auto, the kids will tear apart automotive engines down to the last nut and bolt and put them back together. And then I also have a small engine class where we work on lawnmower engines and weed whackers and chainsaws and things of that nature.
I actually have a big interest in cars, and since I was a little kid, I've always liked cars, so I figured this was a good way to learn about cars and just get more details about them. Well, I think I want to pursue a career in the automotive field, so I think this class will definitely help me get a job somewhere out there.
Are you interested in doing a story about fun things to do over winter break?
I don't have a choice, do I?
Yes, after all, this show is a monarchy.
You can play the large piles of snow. Doesn't that look fun? Or you could read a book, like I'll be reading Game of Thrones.
Or hey, change things up and write a story or two. Hang out with your friends or family.
Or if you're missing work, projects, or anything, you could work on that. Well, it's time for another bio, and this time it's yours.
Let's get this over with. My name is Landon. I recently moved here from Boise, Idaho. I'm in the 9th grade, and I was born on December 5th, 2003 in Palmer, Alaska. I moved up to Idaho a few years after I was born. I like music. I am in choir. I tried the orchestra for 1 year in the 5th grade, but was not very good. I quit orchestra and focused more on choir. My favorite games are Skyrim, Dark Souls, and Shadow of the Colossus. I've also made a few small games that I never released. My favorite subjects are science and math. In the future, I would like to become a pharmacist because it's a fusion of my favorite subjects. My dream job would be a video game designer, but that's unrealistic. I play a lot of Dungeons & Dragons. It is my second main thing I do when I'm not in school, and I'm in the Dungeons & Dragons Club at school. That is all you need to know about me. Now we can see what it's like in another CTE class. Here is a closer look at Fisheries Tech.
Fisheries Tech is a 0-hour class taught by both Mr. Carney and Mr. Hopkins, alternating each year.
I like to get out, so we try to do field trips whenever possible. That doesn't mean there's no text work, because there is. It does mean, however, that whenever possible we go out and do a lot of field trips to die pack or fish and game or just out and about, talking about salmon habitat and that sort of thing. And I enjoy getting outdoors, away from the building.
Not many people can start their day climbing down this mountain into a stream. We like to float, and it's fun. We've seen a lot of stuff at DIPAC and have a lot of experiences.
Right now, the class is full with 11 students.
It's offered every year. There are 2 semesters, Fish Tech / Salmon Culture 1 and 2, and they're exclusive. You can't take 2 unless you've already completed the first semester.
Well, there's a lot of hands-on, and you're not just stuck doing bookwork the whole time, so that's pretty fun.
I grew up in Alaska, and once I heard about Fish Tech, I thought it just would be fun, and a lot of my friends were doing it.
It's a CTE class, so $75 gets you 3 credits from the University of Alaska Southeast, as well as JDHS credits, of course.
This is what you need to get into the class.
So you need to be an upperclassman, essentially, because you have to have completed physical science and biology.
I really like field work and being out here in the stream and doing different sorts of works and going to DIPAC and learning about the salmon and the hatchery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're at all interested in fisheries, then you should strongly consider taking Fish Tech because you get to meet people from Fish and Game, you can get some credits. From that perspective, it's a great opportunity. Additionally, if you're more of a person who likes to have more hands-on stuff, then Fish Tech is a really good option for you.
Well, that's all we have for the Fisheries Tech class.
JDHS had its first basketball games last weekend against the North Pole, and we went to the games to check them out. Our girls' basketball games went well for the Bears this weekend, winning both games against the North Pole with a large gap in their scores. Many 3-point shots and 3 free throws secured our victories. With these wins, we hope to see the Bears pulling in more over winter break at the Capital City Classic.
What a great start to the season for the Bears.
Yes, and there's plenty more opportunity to come cheer our teams over at winter break.
Which starts this weekend.
The Capital City Classic tournament is here at JDHS December 27th through the 29th.
And we'll come back to school for the spring semester starting on Monday, January 7th.
And speaking of winter, finally today,
we have an ice skating performance by the Juneau Skating Club.
Last Sunday, the Juneau Skating Club held a winter performance at the Treadwell Arena that was free to anyone who wanted to watch. A bake sale was held to raise money for the club to promote others to skate by providing skating lessons, competitions, and performances. Their mission is to teach Juneau to skate. New skaters performed at the show as well as the teachers themselves. A spring performance is being held this upcoming April 6th. The theme is Magic and Mischief. We hope to see another great performance.
And that's it for our last show this fall.
And in fact, this year, there won't be any video production class this spring because of budget cuts.
But our website will still be up at jdhsvideo.org, so go check it out for this and past episodes of JDTV News.
And also follow us on Twitter at JDHSvideo for the scoop on what's up.
Thanks for tuning in.
Go Bears.